welcome back to the cabin. Glad to have you guys back. I'll try today and do a few things around the cabin just because it's actually pretty warm, I guess I could say, for the time of year. It is past mid-November. I don't know when you guys will see the video, but you can see outside there's quite a bit more snow. A few inches fell. It snows here pretty much every day. Just light stuff so far, but when it gets going it doesn't stop until like end of March. So yeah, I'll try to do stuff now since it is pretty warm, which is ironic because it's actually pretty humid and cold in here. But I started the fire, and yeah, hopefully it takes off, heats up the cabin. And I also want to fill up all my lanterns. I'll try to answer a few questions about them as I'm doing that. I'll do it outside just so you guys could do it properly, could see properly, because I forgot my little power bank, sadly, again. But the trusty old oil lanterns are here, and they're here to stay. So those rarely ever fail. So I'll need to fill them up probably for the first time this year, I think, or the second time. But yeah, it's just a pain in the winter to fill them up. I don't have funnels and stuff, so the holes are very small and your hands are freezing. So it's warm outside, I'll take advantage of it. And when I keep saying it's warm, it's about -5. So yeah, I have my little flannel shirt on. I'll be okay. I took my jacket off just because I was starting the fire. But yeah, should heat up in here very soon, and I'll head outside, fill up the lanterns, and also to eat. I have something a little bit different. I actually bought a bison steak, so we'll see how that tastes. I'll slap her in oil. It's actually semi-frozen now. I tried to thaw it out, but it didn't work on my way here, so I'll try to hang it up maybe above the fireplace, get that thawed out as I'm doing stuff. The fan actually just started on the fire, so that signifies it's already hot enough to get the fan going, so that's pretty good. But yeah, let's get started. So I'll be filling up all these lanterns, and I have pretty much 3 models around the cabin. I'll try to answer some questions because I get a lot of comments, especially on my previous videos. People are curious, right? So that's okay. I try to read all the comments as much as I can, but yeah, sometimes I kind of get lost. If there's like hundreds or thousands, I get lost. So I'll go over the ones that I saw about the lanterns. So I have quite a few questions about this one. It's a unique design, and people think it's fancy, but it really isn't. It is the exact same thing as this one. It's just that this is one of the original models, and this is just a more modern. Everybody knows this one. This one is, I'll try to find a patent on here somewhere, but I think I looked, and it was like mid to late 1800s. There's, here it is, 29th of 1890. So yeah, late 1800s. This is a more modern variant. So they take the same oil, the same wicks, everything's the same. It's just the design. The chimney on this one is much larger. The little, not sure what it's called, the air ducts on the side are just a little bit different. This one you can see it's smaller, it's fragile. But this one is an all original. This I paid it, I think like $10 at a flea market like years ago. So yeah, I'll try not to make a mess as I fill these. The glass on the newer ones is a little bit thicker also. Newer doesn't mean cheaper. I also have a funnel. I lied before. But yeah, I'll put a little bit of fuel in it. Try not to make a mess. I don't have a sitting pad, so I'm sitting on my jacket that I will throw in the garbage because the mice just wrecked it. After filling these up, I will for sure need some oil because they have pretty big tanks. Call it good for that one. Yeah, it's rare that these things fail. I mean, it's as long as you have fuel in them and the wick doesn't burn itself out, should be okay. If you want more light, you can see that my glass is a little bit dirty. It is what it is. I could take it out and wash it, but I hate doing that because, like I said before, even if the newer ones, the glass is thicker, it's still super fragile. So, and the glass itself, I think there is companies that like sell glass, but it's worth more than the entire lantern itself. So usually people just throw them out. The old one overflowed. The tank is a lot smaller than the other one. For that reason, you're supposed to do that somewhere far from where you sleep and live, because lantern oil is extremely volatile. So these ones are also original. I'm missing the reflector that I left in the cabin just for the ease of transport bringing it here. But yeah, original glass. It's super fragile. Original everything. This is from the late 18s to early 1900s. There is a patent also on the reflector itself. I'm just not sure what it is. Everything in the cabin I try to keep it period correct. And just like that, these are all full. So head back inside, light them. Somebody write down in the comments just to get some lantern fuel, because I need to go to the store. It's probably about here. Yeah. Also, like I said, original little, I think they used to put kerosene in here. Original pail, super cool. I like to keep stuff period correct, like I said. Least plastic as possible. I would love to get an original metal funnel, but they're like $40 for like a Coleman funnel, and I'm just not going to spend that kind of money on a metal funnel. Unless you guys know where to get one that's super cheap, let me know, and I'll look it up. here's the segment for the gun enthusiasts out there. All the comments I get about my guns, all my rifles, what have you. This is for you. So I've been getting a lot of comments, especially my newer videos. They've been getting a little bit more traction. So thank you guys for that. But yeah, a whole lot of questions about my rifles. How many do I have? How you guys want to see more? Just let me know in the comments what you guys want to see. I do have a lot of lever guns. I have some pretty rare ones, I guess you could say. I think I have one more modern one that maybe you guys saw in a video before, but I'm not sure. But today I opted for my first rifle I ever bought. So this is about 10 years ago I got it. It is an original 1886 that I have put a whole lot of research in for the rifle itself, for the cartridge, for a load, and just in general. Like, I pretty much redid this entire thing. It was in a lot worse condition when I got it. I'm by no means a gunsmith whatsoever, but maybe 6, 8, 10 years ago I was really into guns and, you know, Western themed things. So yes, I do have a lot of lever actions. Most of them are originals. If you haven't seen my previous video, I have an 1887 original 12 gauge shotgun, a lever action. So if you haven't seen that and you're interested, go check it out. But for example, this had no bluing on it, on the body whatsoever. So I pretty much put it to my tastes. I browned the whole receiver, so I didn't blue it, I browned it, and it's actually been holding up a whole lot better than I thought it would. In Canada, it gets cold, like right now, and on the way here, I had gloves. I made myself a large loop lever, so you can see, you guys can see this. The lever is very big. It's period correct. I believe, you know, gunsmiths back in the day used to do this. Obviously, for ranchers, cowboys, what have you, you know, even mountain men in the later periods of time, you have mitts on, gloves, whatever. The original lever was about like this size, you know, above my hand. I have little baby hands, and I could fit like 2 fingers, 3. So gloves, it was like a 1-finger deal. It was really not optimal at all. And this is my main rifle that I use, so I wanted it to be custom for me. So I made a large loop lever. It's by no means a good job, but it looks cool. I'm sure a professional welder and gunsmith could have made something better, but this one is mine, and I made it myself, and the only one in the world like it. So yeah. If you guys noticed, usually 86s are usually have like a longer mag tube, or, you know, all the way full length to the barrel. This is a 3-shot magazine, so it is a button mag in the front, a little bit rarer variant. Just a brass standard sight, full length octagon barrel. It's usually standard. And I opted for, I have like every single sight possible for this thing. I think I have buckhorns. I have the sight that I came with it. It's a long range, so you could flip it up and scale it to however many yards, 1 to 1,000 yards, I think it is. So I could do that. But I opted for and I looked for years and years for one of these, and I think I found it on a forum. This is I just said it 1,000 times in my head before. It's an express sight. I forgot it's an express sight. So that means it has you guys won't be able to see this, but it has just a flat top with an ivory triangle. So it helps you locate your bead a whole lot quicker when you're aiming, a lot more precise. Or express quick sight, you flip it up. I have a huge open triangle, so aiming goes super quick, super nice. I love this sight. It's a lot better than the one I came with it. With the long range, it was just like a fat V, and it was really not optimal. Moving down the receiver, I told you large loop. I browned everything. I like polished the internals, so yeah, it works super good. Locking mechanism is awesome. So front to back, continuing with that theme. I made myself just a leather sling. I drilled a hole in the front mag cap, or the forend, I think it's called the forend cap, put that in there. And they are original style from the 1800s slings. They're just hooks. That's why you guys saw I was messing around. It unhooked itself. It is what it is. You know, if you have tension on it, it doesn't unhook itself. It's fine. The rear one actually will let it unhook, because unhooked. Take this off because there is some rust on it. I've kind of been neglecting this thing. I feel bad. It's like my baby. I gave it so much love and attention for all these years, and now I'm kind of neglecting it. Like I said, action, super buttery smooth. Nothing wrong with it. And the rear sight that I have on here, this is, honestly, I think I have it somewhere in a bag, but it's actually super sweet. It's a one-of-one handmade precision long range sight. So it's kind of like, for people that know what I'm talking about, a Sharps rifle. You can unscrew it and move it up and down. It's like millimeter increments, and it has a little peephole sight. And with the express sight, it's awesome because this thing, you know, you can have it up, it folds flat, clean out of the way for the front sight. So it's just awesome. I leave the base on here, and not to damage anything how you're supposed to, I take it off and I made a little leather bag for it. Everything is period correct. Like I said before, I try to have everything period correct. And also, this is a crescent butt plate on this rifle, but you guys can see it's flat on here. So what happened is I made myself a little leather cheek rest. You know, I could do cartridge loops on here, could do whatever, but I like a simple look. It's sleek, it doesn't get caught in anything. You know, I just stitched it underneath with some leather lace. But like I said, flat butt plate, it's a lot easier. It just leans up on your shoulder, especially if you're on the bigger side, which isn't my case. But the crescent butt plate is super sharp, and it's made for little baby shoulders like me. So I was fine, but even sometimes with a coat in the winter, if you're hunting or you're just target practicing, whatever, out shooting, you're all crooked, and you have to kind of put it higher on your shoulder. Doesn't work. Flat butt plate, much better. It was an option back in the day, but obviously this rifle wasn't ordered with one. So yeah, it was made in 1889, and I haven't mentioned it yet, but this is the first express cartridge ever made, so it kind of paved the way for everything we have now. It is a 4082, so a lot less common. It took me 3 years to actually find a load. I have like custom bullet molds, custom shell holders, I have everything pretty much that I get my hands on. Every single book, every article, I have it to reload this rifle, and the history of the rifle. I know everything. I have the Cody, Wyoming Winchester Museum paper that describes the rifle. I pretty much have everything. So yeah, like I said, a whole lot of time, whole lot of research. But for now, today, I will have just a little bit of steel wool I found. Like I said, the butt plate with the leather kind of has a little bit of, you know, from what I could see, a little bit of rust. So I'll just buff that out, and my little sling swivel has some rust. So I'll put some oil, I'll buff that out. Really not optimal outside. The oil really won't penetrate in the metal at all. But I will put some in the mechanism. Mechanism seems to be working fine. I haven't shot this thing in ever, and probably won't today, because I don't feel like getting demonetized. But yeah, maybe off camera. I'll just oil this thing up, give it, you know, a quick cabin treatment, and head back inside to see if the steak thawed out. So let's get going with that. Oh, first taste test. Put a little bit of salt, spices. It's not too bad. Probably better with the sauce or something, but yeah, it's not it's not like moose or deer where it's gamey at all or anything like that. It's just pretty much it tastes like beef. But it's not really. I think this was, it's like a top sirloin. I burnt the sticker, but or the packaging I should say. It was a big cardboard thing with all the info about the meat and the cut. But yeah, I think I took a top sirloin. It was about 20 to 25 bucks. And there's a lot of fat and like nerves and stuff in here. Not really for me. I know people like fatty cuts. I'm more of a lean cut kind of guy. Yeah, so will I buy it again? Probably not. But yeah, it's also not the same quality of meat that I usually get when I come here. So not to worry about all the people that mention the animals. They want to see some animal pictures. I'm swapping out the cards now. I'll see what there is on the camera. And if there's anything good, I'll try to include it, even from past weeks. So thanks for letting me know you guys want to see that. Try to do my best to not forget. I'll call it an end to the video. Thank you guys for joining me. Bison steak turned out not that great. I'll stick to my beef, my lean cuts. I really don't like the fat on that thing. I threw the fat in front of the camera, so if there's any foxes or whatever, raccoons most likely, I'll include it in the next video. But thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you want to see anything in particular, leave it down in the comments below. Thank you.